This app is horrendous, man. Oh, for God's sake. Okay, everyone's just coming out by the looks of it. These tablets are absolute trash, man. I just need to get a second laptop. Kelleher's playing, which is interesting, and this tablet is an absolute pile of rubbish. Like I'm trying to keep it open, but just complete dog crap, man. Nope. That pile of junk is going, man. I'm so sick and tired of it. Like it just keeps. So Kwanzaa is playing right back, which will be interesting. He's probably the only option because Trent's injured, Bradley's injured, Gomez is injured. So who else can we play there? I mean, Endo maybe, but like even then. Yeah, possibly Endo. He'll probably come. He'll probably come on in the second half. I don't know what I'd predict for this. Probably like. I think it's going to be close. It's probably just going to be 1-0. But let's see. Okay, so kicked off. McAllister. Ball's just gone out for a throw in. But yeah, it is Kwanzaa at right back. So back to Kanate. Plays it back to Kelleher, not to Allison, which is interesting, isn't it? Fouled by Jota. Which kit is that? I think it's the current goalkeeper kit. I think. We'll see. We'll see what Kelleher's wearing, but it should be the same one. We'll have a look. But anyway, Trippier free kick quite deep in their half. I think that's Joe Linton. Play it back. Trippier is quite central, but that's probably a temporary thing. Long ball. Robertson kicks it out. He didn't need to kind of kick it out because there was no one around him. But better safe than sorry, I guess. So Trippier taking a throw in now. Back to number 5. Is that Shaw or is that Botman? I should really probably check that. But I think that's Jacob Murphy with the cross. Ooh, Van Dijk just about heads it out. McAllister heads it out. Counter attack with Szoboszlai. Plays it out wide to Kwanzaa, which still sounds a bit weird. Gravenberch, McAllister forward to Jota. Plays it out left to Diaz. Yeah, foul. That wasn't even a foul, to be fair. I feel like Trippier tripped himself up. Ha ha ha. Was the last game the PSG game? That was ages ago. That was like a week ago, man. This is taking its time to restart. It's been an aggressive game. It's only been 3 minutes, but you can tell this is gonna be close. Okay, so long ball to Salah, who gets muscled off. I think that's a Newcastle throw in. Livramento, is he left back? I think he is a left back. He's taking his time with the throw-in. Throw-in by Livramento. Is that Isak on the left? Livramento falls over and he gets the foul. I don't even think McAllister fouled him there. Yeah, that's not a foul. Free kick now. Dangerous position. On the left, about like 30 yards out, roughly. They're going to whip this in. No, they're not. They played it short. 1-2 to Trippier. Oh, God, he's beating the whole team. But Gravenberch kind of clears it. Intelligent free kick. I thought they were just going to kind of whip in a long ball and go from there. But they kind of did a 1-2 between... a 1-2 with Tonali, I think. Oh, it's Harvey Barnes. Yeah. So Tonali and Harvey Barnes. Anyway, so Trippier's taken corner from the right-hand side. They look proper up for this. Cross in. Van Dijk clears it. McAllister clears it. We're going to try to counter, but there's no one up the field. Okay, but now we're kind of countering. Diaz boots it upfield, but Pope comes out. Nick Pope clears it. Up to Konate. Falls to Robertson. Robertson running down the... Ooh, Robertson just gets clattered by two players. Free kick. Nice. Trippier's complaining. Was it Trippier and Guimaraes? No, it was Tonali and Trippier. They kind of both clattered. So Tonali kind of clattered Robertson from behind. Trippier from the front. I don't know why they're complaining. Clear free kick. Swiss Marco is saying 2-1 Liverpool for me. Yeah, you could be right. I think it's going to be tight. I think I think there'll just be one goal in it. But I'm hoping our experience in finals will be enough. McAllister, what on earth was that? I think he miskicked it. McAllister tried to kind of curl in across from the left-hand side, but he played it straight to... what's his name? He played it straight to Pope's hands. So he might need to try a bit harder next time. Okay, so Trippier along the floor to Murphy. Murphy moves it forward to... Is that Guimaraes? Yeah, that's Guimaraes, number 39. Guimaraes to Joe Linton to Jacob Murphy. We'll get the ball back. Diaz has got the ball. Diaz plays it. What's Robertson doing? Robertson almost gave the ball away, but Gravenberch managed to get it. Gravenberch does a cross-field ball across to Salah, but it goes out. So, goal kick to Newcastle, which is just what we want, isn't it? So Pope taking the goal kick now. It looks like he's going to kick it long. This game is very stop-start at the moment. It's just stopped again. I think that was a foul by Isak. So Van Dijk's taking a free kick now. Within our own half. Goes to Konate. Konate kind of standing over the ball. Passes it back to Van Dijk. Passes it back to Kelleher. Kelleher does a long ball over the top. Kanate does a long ball over the top to Salah. Dan Burn just clears it out. Dan Burn's quite underrated. I don't know if he's got any England caps, but he probably should do. Again, the game's stopping again. It's just repeatedly stopping, repeatedly kind of starting. Livramento now. So Livramento just taking his time. Ball over the top. And again the ball goes out. Very, very cagey at the moment. Who's on the floor there? Is it McAllister? Yeah. It's very cagey at the moment, very stop-start. It'll be a free kick, it will go out. They'll play for a few seconds, there'll be a foul. They'll take a free kick and then they'll kick it out. Flexi KG is saying we should try for Livramento in the summer. Yeah, is he, what, do you mean as a Robertson replacement? Decent idea, to be fair. He's pretty good. It depends on the price, I guess. We probably need to check how long he's got left on the contract, what he'd cost, that sort of thing. I can't see Newcastle letting him go for cheap unless they're forced to. But yeah, he's an option. Kwanzaa taking. Throw in back to Pope. Flexi KG is saying left back. Yeah, he's good. He's a good left back option. But I'd wonder who you'd sell. Would you sell Robertson or would you sell Tsimikas? Because I think Robertson's contract is up, I think, next year. But Tsimikas has got a few years, so you might be able to get more money for Tsimikas. The thing is with Robertson and Tsimikas, they're both good and they're both bad. I think Robertson's better defensively, but he does have some lapses in concentration sometimes. And I'd say Kostas is probably better. Definitely better from dead balls. In terms of free kicks, corners, that sort of thing. Definitely better. I'd say just generally crossing the ball. I think Tsimikas is better. But yeah, I think you get more money for Tsimikas given that he's got longer left on his contract and he's younger. So yeah, he's probably the one that I'd sell. But it's more around the circumstances, rather than kind of one being better than the other. Flexi KG says sell Kostas. Yeah, I'd probably agree. I wonder what we'd get for him. 30 million? I don't know. I think we only paid 10, 15, that sort of thing. So we would be doubling our money if we got 30. But anyway, so Diaz has got the ball centrally, playing it to Kwanzaa, who's doing his best impression of a right back today, and he's doing okay. Salah did his kind of pass inside thing, but it got intercepted. Jota tried to kind of win the ball as it was coming back and he's fouled Guimaraes. It always makes me laugh how these players go down like they've been shot. You're not that hurt, Bruno. Get up. I don't know why he's clasping his chest either. It's always funny because they go, oh, now he's up and he's perfectly fine. It's always funny that these players go down, but like as soon as they've got the ball, suddenly they spring back up again. They need to do something about it, I think. And again, the game is kind of stop starting. Joe Linton's got it, plays it back to defense. Kwanzaa kind of snuffs it out. Please don't go out for another throw-in. This is the most kind of throw-ins in a game I've ever seen. Like, I just want the game to flow a bit. Oh God, the guy. Trippier was making a run down the right-hand side, and he was clear. Like, he was clear through, but Murphy just went for a shot instead. If Murphy had passed that out wide to Trippier, we might have been a bit screwed. But thankfully, I think it's gone out. Flexi KG is saying sell Costas. Yeah. I think kind of based on what we were saying before, it's probably the right choice. So Kelleher's booting it up now. I'm surprised Kelleher got this game. Like, I know he's the cup keeper and I know he's better at penalties, but I was expecting Alisson to start. This very well might be one of Kelleher's last games, because he's rumoured to go in the summer because he wants first team football, and you can't blame him because he's the top keeper. And apparently he's only on like 10 grand a week, which is nothing. So yeah, I don't blame him for wanting to go. I don't want to see him go though. I think he's amazing. So McAllister's got it now. McAllister back to Van Dijk, plays it back to Konate. Again, we're just kind of recycling the ball around the midfield. Back to Gravenberch, plays it back to Konate. Konate pays it forward to Salah. Plays it to... Who is that in right back? That's Gravenberch. To Konate. Out wide to Salah, who's very wide, basically on the touchline. Gravenberch, McAllister, Van Dijk. Van Dijk's running forward to Diaz out on the left. Ooh, Joe Linton just kind of clatters into McAllister there. And another free kick. I've never seen, never in my life have I seen this many kind of free kicks. The game just keeps stopping. The game just kind of keeps on starting repeatedly. Play for 5 seconds, free kick. Play for 5 seconds, ball goes out for a throw-in. Play for 5 seconds, goal kick. But anyway, now there's a free kick. I want to see the stats at the end, because this just keeps on stopping and starting. But yeah, I think another thing they need to consider is Slot's contract, because I think when he signed last year, he only signed a 3-year contract, which means now he's only got 2 years left. And given that it looks like he's going to win the Premier League, you're probably going to want to tie him down to a new contract. Because if you wait a year, the same thing will happen with the players, in the sense that next year Slot will just have 1 year left. So tie him down now. You're gonna have to give him a big wage increase, but I think he's deserved it, 100%. 100% deserved. And to be honest, they probably got him on quite low wages to begin with anyway, so he's probably due a wage rise. But speaking of contracts, Van Dijk plays it to Robertson. Robertson does a long ball over the top. Nothing's going to happen with that, as I thought. So Trippier just intercepted the long ball and headed it back out. Or headed it to Pope even. So Newcastle just slowly building up. Long ball up from the centre back. Van Dijk should deal with that, which he does. McAllister's got the ball, plays it to Robertson. Robertson's running down the left now, plays it out to Diaz, who does well to kind of keep the ball there. McAllister to Kwanzaa. It's so funny seeing Kwanzaa as a right back. I don't know why. I don't know if it's because he's so tall. But anyway, it's gone to Salah. Nice pass to Sabazlai, who does a cross along the floor, but just about saved by Fabian Shaw. Back at Kwanzaa, plays it back to Van Dijk. The build-up in this team is a lot less. It's more risk averse, I've noticed. So if there's not a perfect opening, we will play the ball backwards and wait for the perfect opportunity. So it is more defensively sound, but it's probably less fun to watch. Not probably, it is less fun to watch, but if it wins you the Premier League, who cares? Another corner, because the 400 corners we've had so far are not enough, so we need a 401st corner. I think that was Bruno trying to do a cross, and then it kind of played off Van Dijk's leg, and now it's gone out for another corner. Gonic05 is saying goal. You've got me really worried, bro, because because it's a Newcastle corner. And I'm watching it online, so my stream is a bit delayed. So Garnick has got me extremely concerned because I can see a corner. Oh, unless you're messing. If you're messing, that would be quite funny. Okay, free kick to Liverpool now. So let's see what happens with this. Oh, it's Ant and Deck is in the Ant and Deck are in the crowd. I guess given that they're from Newcastle, you'd expect it. Alan Shearer in the crowd as well. Is that Alan Shearer's son? Because he looks nothing like Alan Shearer. I'm presuming it's his son. Garnick05 is saying, do you think Liverpool will win the Prem? I think now, yes. Given that Liverpool are 12 points ahead. I know Arsenal won today, but that was their game in hand. So I think 12 points ahead with about 9 games left, I'd say yes. Some people were saying it in January, but I thought January was too early. You know, when we were kind of 6 points ahead, I thought that was too early. But I think now that we're 12 points ahead, unless we screw this up to levels that nobody has ever seen, then yes. And if we do screw it up and everyone makes fun of us, then we deserve it. But yeah, I think we will. DJ Corleone is saying give Slot a new contract. Yeah, that's kind of what I was saying before, in the sense that when Slot joined, he only signed a 3-year contract, and 1 year's up now, so he'll only have 2 years left now. So yeah, they need to give him a contract now, because if they don't give him a contract with 2 years left, they're gonna have to give him a contract with 1 year left. And when they have 1 year left, they have so much more negotiation power, and then you get into a mess. But Isak's on the left, plays it back to Tonali. Don't shoot. Ooh, Tonali with a nice shot. Just kind of misses the goal. Vince Football 456 Goat says, could you please show the game? I could, but if I showed the game, they'd ban my account because I'm not allowed. I'm not allowed to. Yeah, I'd show it. I'd show it if I could, but I'd get in trouble. And instead of the game, you get to look at my ugly face, which is surely more interesting than the game. depending who you ask. So I think that's a free kick. Free kick to Liverpool. I want to check the stats for free kicks at the end of this, because there's been so many free kicks in this damn game. Long ball over the top. Trippier heads it back to Pope. Nick Pope throws the ball out to Trippier. Trippier forward to Guimaraes. He does a nice ball over the top to Jacob Murphy, who I hope is offside. Who is not offside. And Konate just about clears. I swear Jacob Murphy was about a mile offside there, but they show the replay, but they don't show the whole pitch. So it's like, how am I supposed to see if the guy's offside or not? But anyway, good clearance by Konate, and it's gonna for a corner. I'd say Newcastle have been on top. Newcastle have definitely been on top. So corner by Trippier. Oh God, the ball just kind of fell to Bruno, but Kelleher kind of scooped it up. Yeah, I'd say Newcastle are just about the better team. Okay, but we're on the counter attack now. Diaz has the ball on the left. McAllister lofts the ball over the top. I think Livramento cleared that. It's gone out for a throw-in. Konate with the ball on the halfway line, plays it to Van Dijk. Van Dijk to Jota. Jota's got the ball very deep. Gonic05 says, free kicks from Liverpool are very dangerous if Trent takes them. Sorry for my English, I'm German. Well, firstly, your English is really good. So your English is pretty much perfect. So that's nicely done. I went to Germany a few months ago, and I only knew a few words. So your English is better than my German. And yeah, I agree with you. Trent's probably our best free kick taker. Unfortunately, he's injured for this game. But yeah, in general, Trent is who you want on the ball. DJ Corleone saying, give Gravenberch a new contract. Yeah, you could be right. I'd be curious as to how many years he's got left. But again, we need to be proactive. Gravenberch has been probably one of, if not the best midfielders this year. And if we don't give him a contract, obviously his contract's going to run down, and then other clubs will start sniffing around. So from that perspective, yeah, I think you're right. We might want to give him a new contract. But I'm curious, like, what wages would you give in the contract? Given it's his second contract. Let me check actually, how much does Gravenberch earn right now? I'm just Googling it. Gravenberch contract. Weekly. Oh, Gravenberch is on 150 a week. I mean, that's a lot. That's a lot, to be fair. That's a lot more than I expected. And when does Gravenberch's contract run out? 2028. I think we're okay. He signed a 5-year deal, but it is something to bear in mind. So Liverpool free kick out to Salah. Really nice play. So Newcastle kind of headed it out, but Salah shielded the ball like this, and prevented Livramento from getting it. And so the ball just kind of went out for a corner. So Liverpool corner now. DJ Corleone says, give him 200. Yeah, I mean, it's a fair point. He has probably earned 200 based on his performances this year. I think the only thing is, since he's had a 5-year contract and he'll have 3 years left, maybe you can wait a bit longer and see if Gravenberch repeats his performances next year. And you don't have to wait the whole season. I'd say give it half of next season. And then if he's still performing at a high level around Christmas, then yeah, maybe look at giving him that 200. So the ball's gone out to Konate now. Kwanzaa's got the ball. Ooh, very poor pass. Kwanzaa kind of passed the ball forward, but it just got intercepted, unfortunately. Ooh, nice ball over the top by Robertson, but Pope kind of comes out. Pope came out and kind of saved it. Who's messaging me? Sorry, I'm just getting a message. I'm just trying to see who it is. Anyway. So Tonali, who's back from his betting scandal, just about wins a corner off Konate. Konate is another one who, at the end of the season, he's gonna have 1 year left, and apparently he wants a big wage increase, which he deserves. Right now, Konate's on about 70 grand. I think about 70 grand. Yeah, 70 grand a week. So yeah, you'd probably have to look at giving him a decent increase if you want to keep him. But the ball's gone out to Trippier. Ooh, the ball's gone out to Trippier. Kelleher kind of jumped for it and missed it, but thankfully, thankfully the ball's gone out for a goal kick. Gonic05 is asking, what is your prediction for this year's Ballon d'Or? The Ballon d'Or is an interesting one. I think it's highly dependent on whoever wins the Champions League. Like, that's what they kind of seem to favour. So we'd have to kind of see how the Champions League goes. And I think based on whoever wins the Champions League, that's generally who they give it to. Whereas if you'd ask me, like what my opinion is, I think you'd have to give it to Salah, given how many kind of goals and assists he's got in March. If I just double check that for you. So Salah GA so far. Man, that's even more than I thought. So it's 42. So based on the stats, I'd probably give it to Salah, but yeah, I think they're waiting to see what happens in the Champions League. Other options are probably Rafinha. Other options are, you always have to look at players like Bellingham, Vinicius, purely because they play for Real Madrid. And that's like Real Madrid and Barcelona. Those are the clubs who have who that award seems to favour. I know Rodri won it last time, but more often than not, it seems to be Real Madrid or Barcelona players. So it might go to one of those, especially if one of those wins the Champions League. And CB3473 says this will go to pens. I hope not. I already had to sit through pens the other day. I really hope it's not penalties again. But if we win, it's not the end of the world. Robertson misses the header, and then Trippier Trippier kind of ran onto the rebound and smacked it against the defender. But yeah, Liverpool have been a bit toothless so far. Just a bit lacking edge. Newcastle have been the better team, I'd say. Yeah. So another corner to Newcastle. They do a corner over the top. Good header. Ooh, good save by Kelleher. I think Dan Burn did a header, and then Guimaraes headed on the yeah. So Dan Burn did a header onto Guimaraes, who then headed on the second header, but thankfully the ball went straight to Kelleher. I know we're getting Mamadashvili next year, so I'd be curious to see how he does. So another Newcastle throw-in. Gonic05 says, I don't think we are going to see penalty shootout today. I hope not. Because we just had penalties versus PSG. So I don't think I could sit through penalties again. So I hope you're correct. So Kwanzaa clears the ball out. Look at that, man. They're showing the stats on the screen. Newcastle have had 7 shots. Liverpool have had 0. Newcastle have had 61% possession. Liverpool have had 39. So yeah, as I was saying, Newcastle definitely on top here. Is this a Liverpool? Oh God, don't be another. This looks like it might be. Oh, it's another Newcastle. It's another Newcastle free kick. We're just surviving at the moment. We're just like holding on here. So Newcastle free kick. Van Dijk clears it out. Goes to Szoboszlai. Like, we're defending very deep and then we're trying to counter. It doesn't inspire much confidence, if I'm honest. But now Newcastle are countering. Van Dijk heads it out. Goes to Robertson. Goes to Jota. I'm not convinced Jota's fully fit. Since he's come back from injury, he hasn't looked his normal self. He's looked about a yard over the pace. He's making bad decisions. I'm not convinced Jota's fully fit. But Kwanzaa is bombing down the right-hand side. But it comes to nothing. DJ Corleone says Newcastle are playing well. Newcastle are the better team at the moment. They've had 7 shots. We've had 0. They've had 2 shots on target. We've had 0. They've had over 60% possession and we've got like 39. So yeah, Newcastle definitely on top. Newcastle look fitter. Newcastle look like they want it a bit more. But it's still 0-0. And that's the only thing that matters. Another free kick. So ball is just bouncing around. Oh God, another free kick. Like, it's just very stop-start, like I've been saying. Starts for a few seconds and then it's a free kick. So Tonali's on the floor holding his head. Szoboszlai's also on the floor holding his head. They're just showing a replay, but I don't see either of those players involved. So Konate and Joe Linton went for the ball, so I don't see why Szoboszlai's on the floor. Okay, so Szoboszlai tried to header the ball that was behind him, and he flicked his head back, and then he hit. He smacked his head into Tonali. So another free kick for Newcastle. Jenny Thomas is asking, who would you buy? Who would you buy this summer? So that's a really good question. I think we definitely need a left back. I think we definitely need a centre back, because when Matip left last year, we didn't replace him. And I think we definitely need a striker, as in a central striker, because Núñez will probably go. And it's also highly dependent on who goes from a contract perspective. So if Van Dijk leaves, if Salah leaves, if Trent leaves, then you're also going to need another defender. You're also going to need a right winger. And you're also going to need a right back. All the wingers that we have, other than Salah, are left wingers. So Gakpo is a left winger. Diaz is a left winger. Chiesa, I know he plays on the right, but he's a left winger. Jota's a left winger. So I'd look at a right winger as well. And if there's money, available, then I'd probably look at getting a midfielder as well. So ball's gone out for it's another Pope goal kick. Hex Plays is saying amazing Scouse accent. I could do a Scouse accent. Last time I did one at work, somebody got a bit offended. I was like, "It's boss lad." And then when I did that, then I got in trouble. So I'm trying not to do it again. Garnick wants to know who Jenny Thomas would buy. That's a good question, actually. I'm also curious as to who people people in the chat would buy. So Livramento's got the ball out left. And again, he kind of lofted a cross in, but the ball just about gone out. For another Liverpool goal kick. So Jenny Thomas has replied to Gonick saying that she wants Isak. I'd agree with you there. He would be quite expensive, so I think we need to sell a few players first. But if he's available, yeah, he's one of the best strikers in the world at the moment. He'd cost over 100 million. But if we can sell Núñez for about kind of 70, then I don't see why not. My only concern with Isak is probably the injuries, but yeah, he's great, as kind of Gonick said, and yeah, if he's available, let's get him. But I think his availability is highly dependent on if Newcastle make Champions League or not. So ball's out wide right. And the ball just goes out. Oh, Gerard's in the crowd as well. I'm going to watch the Legends game next week at Anfield. So it's going to be Liverpool versus Chelsea, and apparently Gerard is playing. Is that Ian Rush's wife? Ian Rush is like sitting next to this woman who's like half his age. Probably is. But anyway, the people in the crowd are like more interesting than this game at the moment. Gonico5 says, I think Olmo would be great for us. Yeah, Olmo's a good shout. Attacking midfielder, so he'd probably play in the number 10 position. But yeah, he's a good shout. And Jenny's asking, how about you? Yeah, I think Olmo's a good shout. Isak's a good shout. I kind of like it when they buy players who are unknown that nobody knows about, and we buy them for cheap, and then they turn out really good. So I'm hoping that happens as well. So another Newcastle corner. I bet you they have doubled. Oh God! What a goal! What a goal! And it's just before half time as well. And it's just before half time. That's not what you want. It's literally the worst time for them to score. Dan Burn with the header. It's literally the worst time. Like just before half time is literally the worst time for them to score. So they're going to show a replay now. That's just concentration. But I'm waiting. I'm waiting to see the replay. So it's a corner from Trippier. Oh, interesting corner. So Trippier played an outswinging corner. To Dan Burn, who was near the edge of the box, and Dan Burn headed it from near the edge of the box, and the ball just went straight in. They've clearly been working on that in training. You gotta respect that. They did well there. Like, I'm annoyed, but also when you see people have been working on something and then it works, part of me is like, you know what, fair enough. But Jota's got the ball, he ain't gonna do nothing. Yeah, Trippier defends. Yeah. Newcastle celebrating, as you'd expect, really. Crowd's happy, everyone's happy. Well, half the people are happy. We're pressing a lot higher now, and that's what we get because we've kind of been sitting back. Worst time to concede, man. But anyway, gotta move on from this. So McAllister's got the ball. McAllister plays it out wide to Salah, who's not as wide as he was earlier, which is good. Salah does. Ooh, Salah. I know that's not helpful, but like Salah kind of did a cross with his outside of his foot. Diaz then headed it on to Jota, who was in the box, but Jota just skied it. I'm still convinced Jota is not fully fit, but hey ho. But yeah, half time now. Overall, we played rubbish, but there's another half to go. So let's check out some comments then. Let's see what people are saying. Yeah, thinking about it, it's so silly for McAllister to be marking Dan Burn, because McAllister is probably like what's McAllister's height? I swear, if I was to guess, I'd say he's about 5'8". 5'9". Okay, so Alexis McAllister is 5'9", and he was marking Dan Burn, who's near to. Sorry, so 5'8", and he's marking Dan Burn, who's 6'7". So that's probably part of the reason why they scored. But yeah, I'm just gonna read a few comments. I'm sure the comments will be more interesting than that game, if I'm honest with you. So let's have a look. So people are saying, as soon as Salah got involved, we created a decent chance. Need him involved more. I'd agree with that. Thor has said, it seems like every week I say that was our worst half of football this season, and it just gets worse and worse. Agree with you there. Genius Valley 21 is saying Nunes needs to come on, even if it's just to mark Burn at corners. At least that will be more than what Jota has done all half. I'm not sure I agree with Nunes coming on at this point. I'd perhaps like to see a formation change. So I think Jota does need to come off, and maybe you could bring on Elliott for Jota, and then you'd have Diaz and Salah out wide, and Szoboszlai and Elliott in the middle as like double tens, and maybe Szoboszlai is a bit more forward. But yeah, so I'd say perhaps we change the formation to 4-2-2-2. That's kind of what I'd do, but I'm not a manager. Another person is saying that was a horrendous half, which everyone agrees with, because we did absolutely nothing the entire half. Multi-Seb is saying Jota has been worse than Nunes this season, but no one wants to discuss that narrative. Nunes at his worst still does provide you good play, and it was better than what Jota and Diaz are doing. Turbulent Cherry is saying the lineup that Slot put out was just asking for this. We've clearly been a step behind for the last few weeks. I agree with that. Yet we always see the same lineup. Fair point. Redman Sean is saying we haven't really played like we want to win this. Fair enough. Super Hands is saying I think the worst part is I don't know what the game plan or tactics are. I'm trying to read the comments that don't have swear words in them, mainly because I'd end up saying the same thing. Ooh, Haunting RIP says the legs have gone just as in the previous seasons. Hopefully we get the league over the line. Damn. If those are the thoughts we're having, that okay, hopefully we still win the league, then yeah, getting a bit concerned there. Our attack is toothless, is what Let's Go says. I agree with that. Razzle Dazzle 08 says get Jota off now. Alarmed Experience says Jota and Diaz start learning Arabic. That's interesting. I think especially from Diaz's perspective, I think it looks like he might go to Barcelona. But I wonder what we'd get for Diaz. Probably like 60-ish. Probably like 60-ish million, something along those lines. $3W6N says Ba 01. You're right about that. To be honest, we've played absolutely rubbish, so I 100% agree. And like, if anyone wants to laugh, they should laugh. Because we played rubbish. Newcastle have been the better team. I think even if Newcastle were 2-0 up, they deserve that. And Jenny Thomas says 70 million. Yeah, I think that was in response to me saying how much would we get for Diaz. Based on this, like even 70 million might be a bit of a stretch, but yeah, what can you do? Yeah, looking at that now, they're just showing the replay. So we had 5'9" McAllister marking 6'7" Dan Burn. I think Kelleher probably could have gotten a hand to that, you know. Amazing header though. Like, the more I see it, the more I'm not jealous but impressed. Like, impressed by that header. So what can you do? No point crying about it. It's not going to change anything. So I don't think Newcastle have won a trophy since the 50s, you know. When was the last time Newcastle won a trophy? I'm just going to Google it. Last Newcastle... 1955 is the last time Newcastle won like a trophy, which is what, like 70 years ago. So if they win today, it would be quite nice for them. But yeah, man, this performance has been rubbish. I'm not gonna cry about it because that doesn't change anything. But what can you do, eh? Let's read some more. I'm gonna read some more comments over here. Striking_low says my mom would have scored that. My grandma would have scored that, and she's dead. So, yeah. A good solution here from Corner Taken Slowly. So Corner Taken Slowly is saying put Gakpo on the left and Diaz through the middle. Jota has been off for a few games. Probably right. Probably right about that, to be fair. Yeah, even in the chat there, Robin Franks 25 is saying I want to see Gakpo. Yeah, I want to see him. I'd like to see Gakpo come on as well. I'm not 100% sure he's fully fit, but he's an option. If he's on the bench, he's fit-ish. So that's probably the best we can hope for. Yeah, I just want to see who's on the bench because Gakpo's an option. Let me just have a quick look here. Chiesa's on the bench. Like, again, I'd like... Chiesa must be doing something wrong in training because he's played about 5 whole minutes the entire season. So even though he's there, like, I don't see him coming on, and I don't know why. I don't know what the issue is. It's one of those kind of mysteries. Elliott's on the bench. He'd be a good option. Endo is an option there. Gakpo that we discussed earlier. Jones, he's a good option. McConnell, probably not McConnell for this game. Nunes, there's an option there. Because to be fair, Newcastle are playing quite high. So Nunes is an option in the second half, I think. Once their defenders start tiring. And yeah, Tsimikas Simicast is always an option. Robin Franks is saying, and Simi too. Yeah, he'd be a good option, to be fair. Very good from an attacking perspective, very good on dead balls, very good on free kicks. It's probably just what we need at the moment. I mean, Robertson's okay, but I think Costas' crossing is probably a level above, if I'm honest with you. Man, these ad breaks are taking their time, aren't they? Read some more comments. A grade is saying, as soon as Salah got involved, we created a decent chance. Need him involved more rather than long balls to Diaz and Jota. That's fair. I do agree with that. I think the only downside is more players are marking Salah, which is probably why the ball is going to Diaz and Jota instead. But yeah, when Salah gets the ball, he looks more dangerous. So many people are just hating on Jota. As I was saying at the start, before the game started, Jota does not look fully fit. Newcastle are celebrating like they've won. I mean, you've just scored a goal. Like, calm down. They're just showing people in the crowd like this. Yeah. And it's like, yeah, it's nice, but like, calm down. Swiss Marco is asking, what painting is that? Which one? This one? Or that one in the hallway? The one behind me, it's I think, what is it? It's from Skyrim, the game. I don't know. I don't know if you guys play many games or not, but yeah, it's from Skyrim, the game. I actually want to replace that painting and put something else there, which I'm working on. But yeah, if you guys like it, I'll just leave it. But yeah, I've got plans to put something else there which is bigger, because that wall is quite big. And like if it's big, like I'd rather put like a big painting there. But yeah, I'm making plans, shall we say. It looks like the second half is starting up now, which is fantastic. So Isaac is gonna be taking this goal kick. I'm curious as to whether there have been any subs. And it does not look like there have been any subs. So Liverpool get the ball pretty much immediately from that, from the goal kick, not the goal kick, from the kickoff. Robertson to Konate to Van Dijk to Robertson, who's probably going to play it back to Kelleher. That is what he does. Kelleher takes a long ball over the top. Dan Burn, man, the guy's like 20 feet tall. Whenever we do a long ball up top, he just eats it up like it's nothing. So Van Dijk's got it. Van Dijk's playing it to Kelleher. Dan Burn again. Like there's no point us doing like long balls, man, because anytime we do long balls, Dan Burn just eats it straight up. So it's like what's the point? I was thinking, what's that? It's just a cat in my garden. Van Dijk's got it now. Van Dijk's running down the left. Nice through ball to Jota. Jota's got it on the left, passes it back to Diaz, but Joe Linton intercepts. Gravenberch's got it to McAllister. So we've just got the ball on the left there. So McAllister's got the ball to Van Dijk. Passes it to Kelleher, to Konate, to Diaz. This is more encouraging. So we're trying to play now. We're trying to play rather than just sitting back the whole game. So McAllister's got it on the edge of the box. McAllister to Gravenberch. Gravenberch to Konate. Konate lofts the ball over, but it just kind of goes out. But this is more encouraging. This is looking a bit better. OP Adolo Cam is saying, who do you think will win, sir? Right now I got a bad feeling that Newcastle will do it. But I hope ask me again in 10 minutes. Let's see. I hope we get something, because we just lost against PSG, and if we lose again, that's not what we want. But yeah, ask me again in 10 minutes. So Newcastle got the ball. Newcastle lofted it up. Gravenberch. Szoboszlai to McAllister. This already in the first kind of 5 minutes is better than what I was seeing. It's a lot better than what I was seeing in the kind of entirety of what I saw. OP Adolo Kami saying, anyway, we will never walk alone. Nice, yeah, agree with you there. Agree with you 100%. So Harvey Barnes is dribbling down the left. Good interception by Kwanzaa. But it's another Newcastle corner now. I hope Dan Burn isn't on I was saying I hope McAllister isn't marking Dan Burn again, but that's exactly what's happening. McAllister's jumping up and down like you know when they get ready, they jump up and down, and like he's a foot taller than you. Like what are we doing? Oh fucking hell! Oh god! 2-0, 2-0, 2-0. Or is it called off or offside? I was making fun of the corner routine, and then they score again. I think that might be given as offside. So a corner again to Joe Linton, again who was not picked up. Isak is very close to being onside. So the ball kind of went to Kelleher. Kelleher saved it, and then it fell to Isak on the rebound. Oh, Isak is a mile onside. That's a goal. He's a mile onside. Offside? How is he offside? He looks a mile onside. Like, I know I shouldn't be complaining. I want to see what other people are saying on that, because I swear he was like a mile onside. I'm just Oh, okay. It was because Bruno. I think what they're saying is Bruno was blocking Kelleher's view, and Bruno was offside. But Isak, who scored, was a mile onside. If you know what I mean. So I think, and again, I'm watching this without commentary, but I think what they're saying there is that I think what they're saying there is that Bruno played him off. Colding is saying, is it or is it not? Oh God! And just as I was reading Colding's comment, I think they've scored again. I think they've scored anyway. So I was just, because I've got the comments on my phone, so I was just looking at my phone, and then out of the corner of my eye, I just see people celebrating, and I think, oh God, they've scored again. So in answer to your question, Colding, I think it probably was offside. But now Newcastle have scored again, and it's Isak, who's the guy that Jenny wanted to buy earlier. So Isak has scored. I'm curious. Okay, now Newcastle can get happy, because like if you're 2-0 up, I mean, fair point. So I just want to see the goal here. So Livramento brings it down the left, plays it Harvey Barnes, does a 1-2. Livramento lofts the ball up over the top. Robertson misses the header here. So Livramento did a cross over the top. I think it was Joe Linton maybe who headed it down, and then it was so it was Jacob Murphy. So Jacob Murphy beat Robertson to the header. Jacob Murphy headed it back into the box, and then Isak, one touch, smacked it right in the corner. Again, we can't really complain. Oh God, this is gonna take a lot now. George's 1X is saying, ha ha ha, get in Newcastle. You know what? Fair point. Newcastle have been like so much better. Like they've been like so much on top. The entire first half, Newcastle had like 7 shots. We had 0. And even there, like the way Murphy headed it down and Isak, bam, just smacked it first time. I think you just got to respect that. If that was Nunes, he would have stood there for 5 seconds and hit it over. So like, fair play to Newcastle. Like they've been better. So McAllister now to Kanate, to Van Dijk. Robertson's trying to do something after losing to Jacob Murphy on the header. Jacob Murphy is quite underrated, I think. Like people often say, okay, Newcastle have got Isak, who's amazing. Newcastle have got Gordon, who's amazing. Jacob Murphy's the right hand side to that front three, and I think he doesn't always get the respect that he deserves, but he's a good player. But for Liverpool now, we got Jones coming on. I wonder for who, possibly for McAllister, and we got Nunes coming on. This could get embarrassing, I can't lie. Karthik JN is saying, bro, we are doomed. I agree with you 100%. It's not looking good, bro. Like there's going down 2 goals, and then there's playing like rubbish and going down 2 goals, and we're the second one. You gotta laugh. Like, it's either you laugh or you cry, so I'm just gonna laugh about it. That's my approach to life. But anyway, Jota's coming off. So Jota is probably coming off for Nunes. So we've got 2 players coming off and one... Sorry, we've got 2 coming on and 1 going off. That doesn't make sense. So Konate is coming off. Konate is coming off. That's interesting. So we must be going 3 at the back or something. It probably makes sense, you know, because I think we're losing the midfield battle. So I think we want to have a bit more strength in the midfield. It's probably the right sub. Not that I'm an expert. God knows I don't know what I'm talking about, but I think given the circumstances, it's probably the right decision. I'm still in awe of like Isak's finish, man. Like the way he just finishes that first time, it's like fair play. Fair play. So Jones has got the ball now. Jones is on the right hand side. Plays it back to Van Dijk. So we're doing the whole recycling possession thing. Kwanzaa fouls Harvey Barnes, and it's another Newcastle. It's another Newcastle free kick. Oh God. I think this team needs like a proper smack after this. I think maybe we started kind of believing our own hype a bit too much, but Newcastle have wanted this more. Newcastle have been more aggressive. Newcastle have been more intelligent. Newcastle have been faster. Newcastle have been fitter. So like what can we cry about? But Isak standing in the box. Free kick by Trippier, gets headed out by Van Dijk. Ball falls to Jacob Murphy. Offside. Liverpool fans in the crowd don't look very happy. So Jones has got it with his back to goal, but he navigated out of that pretty well. McAllister moves the ball forward to Diaz, who looks like he's central now. Diaz to Szoboszlai on the left. Shoot! Okay, to Jones. Okay, good. Better. So Szoboszlai did a cut back to Jones, who was just inside the box. Jones smacked it. I thought Jones's shot was going in, but he smacked it right at the keeper. Yeah, he smacked it right at Pope. If Jones hits that to the left a bit, or if Jones hits that to the right a bit, that's going in. But encouraging. At least we're trying something now. Tonali's on the floor. So this might take a while. Yeah, Jones was pretty much right by the penalty spot there. I would have expected him to kind of hit it to the left a bit or to the right a bit, but it is what it is. Life goes on. Yeah, we're just waiting. Just waiting for Tenali to get up before this. Before this resumes, shall we say? Dan Burn is a cheat code, man. He's like 7 foot tall. What are you supposed to do against that? Swiss Marco is saying we've played rubbish. Agree with you 100%. We've looked tired. We've looked a bit arrogant, if I'm honest. Cross by McAllister gets headed out. We're complaining about something, but I don't know why. So Bosley's got the ball. To Jones. To Sabazlai. To Jones on the edge of the box. We've looked better since Jones has come on. Because I think we've made the midfield a bit more... Well, we've got an extra midfielder, so always helps. Jones to Robertson. Good tackle by Joe Linton. Corner. Swiss Marco said... I think I covered that. I can't remember. But I'll say it again. Swiss Marco says we've played rubbish. Yeah, they've... Newcastle definitely played better. They've wanted it more. The good thing is after this, I don't think there's any games for 3 weeks. Because next week it's the Legends charity game. Which I will be going to. I don't know if I want to go now. No, I will go. So I'm going to that next week, and then is it internationals after that? I don't know, but it's probably a good time to have a break. All things considered, because this performance has been rubbish. Last one was also rubbish. I don't remember the last good performance, so agree with you 100%. So Sabazlai's got the ball. McAllister's got the ball. Sabazlai lost the ball over, but Dan Burn won the header, and then the ball fell to Nunes. That's the difference between Nunes and Isaac, because when the ball fell to Nunes' feet there, exactly when the ball fell to Nunes' feet there, he tried something. I think he tried to control it. Yeah, he tried to control it, and the ball just rattled all the way to Pope. But when the ball fell to Isaac 10 minutes ago, he didn't control it. He just smacked it in the corner. That's the difference. That is 100% the difference. Karthik Jayan is heartbroken. Agree with you. Agree with you 100%. It's not been a good performance. I'm struggling to think of one positive from this game. Oh God, Newcastle got the ball again, but good interception. Ball over. No. Ball over the top, fell to Isak. Isak was clear right in the middle of the box. And he did a volley, and we're lucky that it went straight to Kelleher. That could have been 3, man. That honestly could have been 3. Yeah, ball over the top, fell to Barnes. Barnes then kind of crossed it as a volley, if you know what I mean, to Isaac. And Isaac tried to volley it in, but we're just lucky because he volleyed it straight into the middle, so Kelleher saved it. So Robertson on the left there to Kelleher. Kelleher long ball over the top. Ooh, okay. I thought the ball was going to fall to Salah, but Newcastle defended it pretty well. Gravenberch heads it out. So it looks like Gravenberch is playing in defence. But it's probably more of like an inverted defense, which I think is what we did. Was it against Southampton earlier in the season or was it against Spurs where Liverpool went down to 10, and so the manager moved Gravenberch into defense without the ball, but then when we did have the ball, Gravenberch moved forward into midfield. Maybe that's what's happening here. Joe Linton's just down now. Yeah, they're just replaying the goals. The Burn goal. They're showing the Isaac goal now. Yeah. Both impressive goals. Both impressive goals. They are not lucky. Like both those goals were skill. So I can't really complain. I don't know if Isaac's going off, but he seems to be walking off with the physio. Gakpo's coming on. Okay, that's encouraging. I wonder who he's going to come on for. Possibly for Diaz. Oh no, he has come on already. So he's already come on for McAllister. Karthik is asking what time is left in the match. So currently it's at 66 minutes. So if it doesn't go to extra time, maybe another like 25 minutes, 26 minutes, something like that. So Jones has got the ball. Jones tries to play it forward, but it gets intercepted. And now Newcastle are countering. Newcastle have 3 versus 2. It's Tonali plays it out wide to Isaac, which is probably the wrong decision. Yeah, it was the wrong decision. So the ball goes out for Liverpool goal kick. Robin Franks 25 in the chat is saying, think we can still win. I hope so. I think it's highly dependent on what happens in the next 10 minutes if we can get a goal, but yeah, it's not looking good, bro. Even there, like we get the ball for a second and then we lose it again, and then Szoboszlai has to foul number 39, which is Bruno, I guess. Another free kick to Newcastle. I feel like I've said that 1,000 times today. but what more can you do? Okay. Oh God, no. Harvey Barnes played a cutback across the goal. We're lucky we didn't concede. Gakpo loses the ball. Lucky there. Gakpo lost the ball on a counter attack to Murphy, who then kind of drove forward and almost scored, but thankfully just about went wide. Salah's got the ball out wide now to Diaz, to Jones, to Diaz. Diaz is on the right, which is interesting. To Van Dijk, who plays it to Gakpo. Gakpo's on the wide left. Gakpo lofts the ball over the top, but like if nobody's in the box, what's the point? If nobody's in the box, Pope is just going to catch the ball as he did there. At least they're showing the stats, so we've had 3 shots and they've had 13. What can you complain about? Gravenberch there just dribbled the ball out because he wanted to give them another chance. So he just kind of dribbled the ball out. So throw in for Newcastle. Ball goes back to Kelleher there. Kelleher's just taking his time with the goal kick. And again, like we just have like very little low energy, and the ball fell to Jones, but then Joe Linton was like on him instantly. They have so much more energy than us. Robin Franks 25 says we need a new striker. I agree with you there. In terms of the names I've been hearing about, there's Isaac obviously. Isaac would be expensive. So Isaac's one. Julian Alvarez is another option. I know he played for Man City previously, but he's got 20 goals in La Liga. Yeah, he's a good option. There's Benjamin Sesko. He's another option. He's young, he's tall, he's quite quick. He can be moulded. There's Ekitike, who plays for Frankfurt. He's another option. Ekitike I've never been too impressed with. But to be fair, I need to see more of him. But yeah, like we just don't look we don't look threatening. Even when we get the ball in attacking positions, like I just know what's gonna happen. Like I know exactly what's gonna happen. So if I know what's gonna happen, then Newcastle definitely know what's gonna happen. Chiesa's coming on. What's happening? How? Like since when? How is Chiesa coming on? Like I'm happy to say it, but I'm still confused because Chiesa's been locked in the basement the whole year. So like, how and what prompted that? And if Chiesa was such a brilliant secret weapon, which I like to see, like why has he not played the previous games? And Elliott's coming on as well. And again, we do a long ball over the top to Gakpo, but the ball just rolls out. I mean, this break, I don't think there's another game until April after this. So when's the next game? I'm just checking. Next game is so Gravenberch is coming off, and Gravenberch was playing central defence, so I don't know what's happening now. Chiesa's coming on for Gravenberch. So we're just filling the pitch with strikers. And Elliott, who's Elliott going to come on for? Probably Szoboszlai, but I'm waiting to see. Elliott on for Diaz, okay, fair enough. So we're just filling the pitch with forwards, which I guess is what you got to do. But yeah, the thing I was checking, the next game is on the 2nd of April, which is like 2 weeks away, maybe 2.5. So it's good in a way. Gives us a bit of a rest, gives us an opportunity to kind of recharge, you could say. So Gakpo's got the ball out left to Szoboszlai. To Kwanzaa. I mean, perhaps that's another issue in the sense that again, not to make excuses, but we do have Trent out, who's a right back. We have Bradley out, who's the second right back, and we also have Gomez out, who's the third right back. So it's a bit of an excuse, but even then. So corner now. Elliott's taking a corner, left foot in swinger. Decent corner, but Pope got a hand to it. And I think it goes out for a throw-in now. So throw-in taken to Robertson. So Boslai's got the ball. So Boslai whips a corner in, which is nice. Or a cross in, sorry. Ball falls to Elliott on the right, who passes it backwards to Chiesa. That's a handball, surely. That looked like a handball by Bruno. It was outside the box anyway, but never mind. So Robertson foot race with Isak. Robertson plays it back to Kelleher. To Jones. Jones plays it to Robertson. Robertson to Jones. Jones to Robertson. Robertson to Van Dijk. Ball goes to Salah, wide right. Kwanzaa, again, we're just very, very kind of recycling the play, kind of playing it back and forth at the moment. Karthik is saying that he's missing Klopp. Yeah. I'm not quite at that stage yet. I think if we win the Premier League, I'd still be happy. But yeah. At times like this, I think Klopp would have been more aggressive than what I've seen today. I think today's been a bit too we've been a bit too laid back. We've been a bit too... Because in the first half, we were trying to kind of play counter-attack rather than taking the game to them. So I think it's probably a strategic thing that has gone wrong. Like, Newcastle are not a team that we need to sit back against. Because Newcastle play quite a high line as well. Good skill by Chiesa, but he gets fouled by Bruno. So I think there's a free kick now just outside the box. So Szoboszlai is going to take this free kick. It's very close. It's very close to like the edge of the box. Szoboszlai, again, they got Dan Burn in defense, who's 10'5". So of course Dan Burn, who's 10'5", is gonna save everything. Chiesa's got the ball. Chiesa's at least trying, to be fair. He's got the ball inside the box. Gakpo, Elliott. So Boslai loses the ball, man. Elliott's got the ball. Jones. Salah. Elliott with a nice pass along the floor to Chiesa, who had it centrally in the box, and then Shaw cleared it out. Nice play by Elliott. Like, Elliott is at least looking forwards, and he's trying to be encouraging. And it was an amazing pass. To Chiesa, who got the ball to feet right in the box, but good defending by Shaw. So Elliott's got the ball out again, crosses the ball in high. It gets intercepted. Salah's got the ball. Salah plays it to Jones. Jones plays it to Robertson. To Chiesa. Oh, okay. No problem. Elliott again is making things happen. He passed it to Jones, who had a good opportunity, and Jones just kind of skied it over the bar. But at least we're trying a bit now. I think Isaac might be hurt. So Isaac's coming off, and is that Callum Wilson that's coming on? Man, even though like I'm impressed by Newcastle, I still can't believe we've given them their first trophy in 70 years. Like my dad's not even 70 years old. I think he is. But even then, it's like it's annoying now. I was laughing earlier, and now I'm starting to get a bit more annoyed. I laugh when I'm annoyed. It's a coping mechanism. And what's his name? Joe Willock is coming on. Joe Willock is coming on for Harvey Barnes. Robin Franks 25 is saying, and a new left back too. Yeah, 100%. I think in terms of left back, Kirkes is an option. He'd probably be the preference because he's quite young, he's quite aggressive, and he has Premier League experience, but it depends on the fee. Other options probably like Hato, who's Dutch, so would kind of fit in with the whole Dutch team theme we've got going on. But anyway, Joe Linton's got it. Ooh, Joe Linton had it on the edge of the box. He went for a near post shot instead of a far post shot, and we just went wide. But yeah, about Robin's comment on the left back. Yeah, probably Kirkes, Hato. Who else are people talking about? Schlotterbeck, who can play left back, but he's not like a natural left back. My choice would probably be Kirkes. And again, good shot by Tonali, but Kelleher saves it. Yeah, we ain't winning this at this point. Livramento almost scored again. Karthik is asking, why is Alisson Becker not playing? That's a good point. It's something that many people were wondering. It surprised me. It surprised me as well. Why is Alisson not playing? I think the reason for it is that Kelleher's been the goalkeeper within the cups. So within the Carabao Cup, within the FA Cup. And also Kelleher is better at penalty saving as well. So that could be another reason. But yeah, if you asked me at the start of the game, who would you play? I'd 100% play Alisson. Because I think you have to get your main guy in there. And it's probably come back to bite us. With the Isaac goal, which was the second one, I don't think Alisson could have done anything about that. But with the first goal, yes. With the Dan Burn goal, I think Alisson might have been able to save that. So yeah, agree with you. So we've got about 10 minutes left now. So ball to Jones. Ball to Szoboszlai. To Van Dijk. To Gakpo on the wide left. People are not going to be happy with this. Like I can already see it. Jones has got it. So Jones is playing as the left back now, which is interesting. Plays it to Gakpo. Gakpo plays it behind Nunes, and he can't do anything with that. Free kick to Newcastle. Karthik is saying, look at the contributions in the last matches. I would have made him play. Yeah, 100%. He's been in amazing form recently, so I would have played him today, just like you, to be honest. They're showing Anthony Gordon in the crowd, who's happy. I don't know why Anthony Gordon's happy, but Anthony Gordon's a Liverpool fan, but he plays for Newcastle, so I guess it's always a bit strange. He's probably happy he's going to get a medal. You can't really blame him, to be fair. Newcastle got the ball again. Man, 70 years with no trophy, and they're going to win their first trophy. I mean, we were talking about the treble a few weeks ago, or last week even. Last week we were talking about the treble. In a week we've gone from the treble to one trophy. Yeah, I hope this game serves as a wake-up call that the league has not been won yet. So I think, given the result of the PSG game, given the result of this game, and given the fact that there's going to be a break now, I hope that re-energizes the team to say that, like, the league's not done yet, so stop playing like this. But anyway, ball gone to Van Dijk. Gakpo. I think we did beat Newcastle in the league, and if you asked me, would I rather have 3 more points or have the Carabao Cup, I'd say 3 more points. So I don't know if that makes things any better. Nick Pope's holding on to the ball as you would do, so you can't really blame him for that. Ball falls to Robertson there. Robertson, long ball over the top. Ball falls to Jones. Passes it out wide to Elliott. Elliott's the only one who looks like he's trying, if I'm honest with you. Ball falls to Jones. Again. Poor. Chiesa, fair point. Chiesa sliding tackle. Chiesa wins the ball back. Chiesa's trying. He looks like he wants to play, unlike half our team who've just looked lazy. Chiesa's at least trying. So ball falls to Elliott. Ooh, ball fall. I think the ball just went out there for a corner. Karthik is asking, which team do you support in the La Liga? To be honest, I wouldn't say I support any other team. I just support the one team. So yeah, there's like no other teams that I support in La Liga or Serie A or anything. But how about you? I'd be interested to know who everyone supports, to be honest. Jacob Murphy's hobbling now. Oh, that was a goal kick. I thought that went out for a corner. But it's a goal kick to Newcastle. Stevie G 4000 is saying, I need to come back. That would help. I think the midfield has been lacking this game. The same thing happened in the Premier League. I felt like Newcastle's midfield dominated our midfield, so you can't really complain, because Newcastle have got Joe Linton, who's aggressive, he's tall, powerful. They've got Tonali, who's probably their McAllister equivalent, so he's a good technical player, he's a good conductor. And they've got Bruno, who's probably a mix of both of those. So yeah, 8 minutes of injury time. I don't know where those 8 minutes have come from, but I'll take it. Karthik is saying Visca Barca, Visca Catalunya. Nice. Barcelona, they might win the Champions League at this rate. They're looking good. They're looking good. Newcastle on the attack again, man. Even I'm speaking like a Geordie now. I'm like, they're on the attack again, man. Kelleher scoops that up. Ball falls to Gakpo. Ball falls to Sabazlai. Ball falls to Robertson. To Jones. To Elliott. Like I respect the fact that Elliott's trying, but like we lost the ball again. Karthik is saying in La Liga. Yeah, fair. I need to watch more La Liga, to be honest. I might try doing some La Liga watch-alongs. Especially because there's no Liverpool game for a while. I'll need to find something else to watch. Just 6 minutes left now. I think at this point it's inevitable. We are not getting anything from this. Maybe a consolation goal for Pride, but if we do get a consolation goal, it will be lucky. Elliott lofts a ball in to Van Dijk. Ooh, to Nunes. What are you doing, Nunes? Smack it. Oh, you absolute idiot. Like I don't know what happened there because it happened so fast. But the ball dropped to Nunes and then he kicked it and it hit his hand. Like how is that even possible? Elliott, the nice through ball to somebody and we score, and I think it's Chiesa. But I don't know if it's offside. I think it might be given as offside, but it was a good finish nonetheless. I want to see that again. Chiesa's a mile onside. You need to give that. He's onside there. Good finish with the left foot. He's clearly onside. Chiesa is clearly onside by half a meter at least. That needs to be a goal. That's the most like clear onside I've ever seen in my life. And again, I'm not being biased. Like he's clearly onside there. So that should be a goal. That should be a goal for Chiesa. Like, why are you zooming in? Like, I can see from a mile off that he's onside. Yeah, clearly onside, exactly. So that's a goal. So we've got one back. Again, good pass by Elliott. And even better finish for Chiesa. And this is it. This is why. Why has Chiesa not been playing? Because that was a good finish. And that's exactly, that kind of finishing is exactly what we've been kind of missing. I don't know why they're still replaying it, because they've shown that it was onside. So why? What's going on? Yeah. Okay, goal. Okay. Karthik is saying, yeah, you need to watch La Liga, so I don't need to watch alone. Yeah, I think you're right. I'll try watching some other leagues, because I think people are interested in the other leagues as well. So we've got one back. Swiss Marco in the chat is saying Chiesa. I don't know why that took so long to check. Okay, so we're resuming the game now. Gone out for Newcastle. Gone out for a Newcastle throw-in. Oh God, it's so dark. I should probably put the light on. No one can even see anything. There's a light just above my head, which is probably not helping, but that's life. Karthik is saying, yeah, it's a goal. We're not humiliated. That's a good way of putting it. See if I can get rid of this light above my head. That'll do. Yeah, consolation goal probably. I'd be nervous as hell if I was a Newcastle fan right now. They spent like a good 2-3 minutes checking the goal, so I hope it gets I hope the time gets added on. So Kelleher with a goal kick. Chiesa's been booked for some reason. I don't know why, but Willock is taking the ball out wide. I think he's just trying to waste time, which is what you would do, to be fair, in that kind of position. Tonali's tying his shoelaces and he gets booked because he's wasting time. Karthik is saying, do we stand a chance in shootouts? We do have a chance, but we need to score one more goal for it to go to a shootout. So it's still 2-1 to them. So Tonali, so I'm on 99 minutes for me. So Tonali is just taking the throw-in. Bruno. We've turned this on like way too late. Like this is what I wanted to see, perhaps in like the 70th minute, not the 95th minute. Ball falls to Gakpo. There's a weird long ball over the top. Ball falls to Callum Wilson on the edge of the box. Chiesa is just waiting to take the throw in there. Newcastle just wasting time at the moment, which you understand, to be fair, but when it happens to you, it's no fun. Full time. So 2-1 to Newcastle. They win the Carabao Cup. At least we got a consolation goal. So as Karthik was saying, at least we didn't humiliate ourselves. But yeah, they deserve to win that. They were the better team. They were more aggressive. They wanted it more. They were quicker. They looked fitter. Their set pieces were a lot better as well. We just didn't look up for it. We just didn't look like we cared, which is not an excuse. Like we should be kind of trying, but we not. Karthik was just saying they are playing dirty, wasting time, not very ethical, very disrespectful. Yeah, I agree with you. A lot of pretending to go down hurt, pretending that they're injured just to run the clock down. Just reading through a few comments before I go. Icy Spinach is saying, only good thing that came out of that game was Chiesa showing his quality and his passion. I hope we get to see more of him now. Agreed. Jasveen is saying, we look done. Approach this game like it was a training session. Without Trent, there's just no creativity in the side. Take Salah out of the game and we look very, very ordinary attacking. Chiesa deserves a run of games. Yeah, I agree with you there. Harry is saying, if, not when at this point, but if we win the Premier League, it will be Salah's title. He's carried the attack with a generational season, 100%. People are asking now why Chiesa has not been playing more. Agree with you there. Another person is saying a beyond pathetic display. Many players were ranted today, and this loss is on the manager. Agree with that. Yeah. A lot of people are saying, yeah, we got it wrong. We got it wrong, which we did, but on the like Newcastle just kind of wanted it more. So it's like how much can we complain? Karthik says, anyway, thanks for not letting me watch the match alone in midnight in India. Thanks a lot. No worries. I appreciate you being here as well. Appreciate your comments as well. And yeah, I'll be back soon, hopefully. I don't know when. I need to kind of figure that out. But yeah, I'll be back. I'll maybe try doing some player ratings for this if I can figure it out. And then yeah, I'll try doing some La Liga and some other leagues as well. But yeah, cool. All right, I better go now because I'm hungry. So I'm gonna make something to eat, and then I'll see you guys some other time. Cool.